My name is Kat, and today I'm hauling books. What the f*** else is new? So I've been pretty reasonable in the book buying department the last few months here. Or at least reasonable for me, which is not actually that reasonable. So, moving on. I have 11 books here to show you guys today, though 4 of them I kind of don't count. Like, they're books, and I bought them, and I'm gonna show them to you, but like, they kind of don't count. You'll see. You'll all see! I mean, if you keep watching. It's your choice, man. I don't know. You should do what you want. Probably better uses of your time, TBH. Anyways, let's get into the books, okay? Let's do this thing. So the first book I have here is Little Monsters by Kara Thomas, and this is the BOOKSPLOSION Book of the Month for August. We're working with RandomHouse on this one, and I'll go ahead and put all of the read-along details down below if you want to check it out. This is a YA thriller. I believe it's a standalone. It's about a girl who moves to this new town and falls in with a group of people who are kind of her friends, but then they don't invite her to this huge party, and she feels left out, and she's wondering, like, what happened, what's going on, and then one of the members of this friend group doesn't come back from the party. And that's all the synopsis says. So the implications there are like, you know, something murdery happened and I'm into it. I've also heard that this book gives off some Riverdale vibes because we have like the small town and the murder mystery, and I am very much into that. So yeah, definitely looking forward to this one. And again, all of the read-along info is down below if you want to pick up a copy and join in too. Next up, I have here Now I Rise by Kiersten White. This is the sequel to And I Darken, which I read last year and really enjoyed. I can't really get into details because of spoilers, but basically this series is a reimagining of Vlad the Impaler's life, where instead of Vlad, a man, we follow Lada, a woman who has the same drive and ambitions, but she has, you know, the added roadblocks of being a woman in this time period. I've read and enjoyed almost all of Kiersten White's books. I really love her writing and her stories, and I loved book 1 in this series, so like, of course, book 2. I had to get it. The next book I have here is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I have already read this book and I loved it, and I'm going to talk about it more in my next book reviews video, which should be coming soon. Basically, this book takes place in the 1700s, and we follow a young gentleman by the name of Monty, who is about to go on a grand tour of Europe with his younger sister and his best friend Percy, who he is also kind of in love with. So we're basically just following them as they take this trip, but, you know, nothing goes according to plan, and there's shenanigans and romance, and it was great. I especially loved the main character, Monty. Like, his narration was so great. He's hilarious and melodramatic, and he's just so much fun. He's like this flirty, bisexual, roguish lord from the 1700s. And I was so into it. But yeah, I'll talk more about this book in my wrap-up. The next book I have here is Because You Love to Hate Me, which I'm sure most of you guys have heard of at this point. If somehow you haven't, then basically this is an anthology of 13 stories about villains written by 13 authors based off of writing prompts from 13 booktubers. I am actually not one of the booktubers involved in this book. People keep like tagging me in pictures and tweeting me about this, but I'm not actually in it. However, I am very happy for all of my author and booktuber friends, so of course I had to buy myself a copy so I could support them and read all of their fun stories. The next book I have here is Roar by Cora Carmack. You're gonna hear me roar. Now, it actually wasn't the premise of this book that hooked me. Like, it does sound interesting. We have a young woman who is being groomed to be the perfect queen, but she doesn't have the storm magic that she's supposed to have to protect her people. In order to keep the secret about her lack of magic and to protect her people, she ends up in this arranged marriage. but shortly after that, she discovers that there might be a way for her to steal the magic that she needs. And all that does sound cool, but what really sold me on this book was some of the reviews that I saw for it. Reviews that talked about how this book plays with tropes and expectations, and I love that kind of stuff. So those are the factors that like really got me interested in this, but the world also sounds cool and I'm looking forward to it. The next book I have here is Meddling Kids by Edgar Quintero. This book was a total impulse buy. Like, I hadn't even heard anyone talking about it, but the cover caught my eye, and then I read a little bit about it, and I was compelled to purchase it. This is another trope subverter kind of book. Like, it plays around with the teen detective archetype. So basically, in 1977, this group of kids actually solved a mystery, and they unmasked this guy who, you know, he would have gotten away with it if it weren't for these meddling kids. 13 years later, in 1990, the kids have all grown up and grown apart and moved on, except they're still kind of haunted by what happened that night. Like, there was too much weird, unexplainable stuff that doesn't quite line up. Like, they can't really blame everything that happened on a guy in a mask. So they decide to kind of revisit the mystery and find out once and for all what really happened. So yeah, this sounds awesome. I mean, it's subversive Scooby-Doo. Like, how are you not intrigued by that? The next book I have here is Little and Lion by Brandy Colbert. I believe this is a standalone contemporary novel. We follow a girl named Suzette who has just returned home to Los Angeles after being away at boarding school, and she's actually really happy to be home in LA because LA is where the boy she has a crush on lives, and it's also where her stepbrother is. He has bipolar disorder, and she is really there for him to support him. But then Suzette starts developing feelings for someone new, and it happens to be the girl that her stepbrother is in love with. The same girl who is actually pretty detrimental to her stepbrother's mental health. So yeah, sounds like we got some pretty interesting, angsty dynamics going on here. Like, there's the whole step-sibling relationship and the love triangle aspect, and also I'm not sure if the main character is bi or pan or questioning her sexuality, but we got that going on too, and I'm into all of it. I'm really looking forward to this one. And finally, I have here the 4 books that I really didn't need, but like at the same time, I needed them. So I spent way too much money on these 4 copies of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in the different house designs. This is the same book that I already own several copies of. Why? I mean, I know why. Like, they're beautiful. Look at the pages. Look at the covers. The backs of the books have the house ghosts. Like, there's nearly Headless Nick. Look, where's the Bloody Baron? He looks scary AF. I know this was a waste of money, but like, it's the kind of waste of money that I'm okay with because, like, it's Harry Potter, man, and these are beautiful. They're really cool. I was just gonna get the Slytherin edition, but then I was like, I'm a Slytherclaw. Like, if I'm gonna get Slytherin, then I should really get Ravenclaw as well. And then I was like, if I'm getting 2 of them, like, I might as well get the whole collection. So that's what I did. They're really pretty, and I like them, but I will probably never physically read any of these books. But I don't regret buying them. I'm glad I have them because they're pretty. Look how pretty. Oh, also, some people have been asking me where I got these, and I don't think they're available in America. At least I haven't seen them. I had to order them from the book depository, but I'll link that down below. If you want to waste your own money, why not? All right, there you have it. Those are all the books I had to haul for now. So that is gonna do it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will have another video soon. So I will see you then. Goodbye!